Here's your premium post-market report for gold futures for September 30th, 2013. Gold opened the day with early strength off the 1320 level today. 1320s on a higher time frame here continues to hold, especially above that 1316 half program level, which we've had our eye on for quite a while. But you can see the bids come in right on this zone right here. We had a sideways range. A lot of buyers came in off of 1320 recently, and that really provided some lift up to 1345.20. If I drop down into a 15-minute chart here, you can see that we actually had a very solid lift off. I actually saw this breakout happening here, and this was early in the morning, 6 a.m. here, Central, and it didn't pull back. It did not pull back. It held and then got another rise to the upside. I thought that was really nice because you're getting a breakthrough 1340. It did wick the level here, but then continued higher again, found bids at 44s and dropped. But this drop right here came right back to the prior bid zone. It also coincided with VWAP as well. So if you look at a standard template here, that's a midpoint of the day, and this is VWAP right here. That's the fast moving average. There was a lot of great confluence at this zone that suggested a likely pop to the upside. I actually had 34s ready to trigger there, got within 2 ticks and did not fill me, but that was an 8-point move in that direction. Very nice. It's $100 a point, so $800 a contract on that move. I missed out by a couple of ticks, but you can see how VWAP became bid later on in the day. If you look at a 5-minute chart, the bounces actually look a little bit more impressive than what you see on a 15, but this move right here off of 1334, very solid. I put my entry, didn't get filled by a couple of ticks, but this thing lifted off very nicely. We're now in a very sideways range, and but we're still holding around those 1340s. If we look at a daily chart, you can see that price continues to coil up. We have a very significant triangle range, triangle pattern here that I actually wrote about in recently, I believe last week, and that back end measures about 300 points, which means once we get a breakout from this triangle, we could see a significant 300-point move in the direction of the break over the next 4 to 6 months. So that is a long-term pattern there. Right now, what we're seeing is price coiling up toward the lower boundary of that pattern. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Over the last 5 days, the range has only been 39.7 points. So under 40 points total range over the last 5 days. Sorry, that's 4 days. Let's make it 5. So over the last 5 days, the range is only 39.7 points, and the average is 73.9. So basically, it's almost half that range again, just over half. And that is extremely significant. Again, another market that is so tightly coiled that something's about to break next week. We're going to get some significant breakouts from the range here. If we break through those 1320s here, you know, we have a significant test down at 1306 program line, 1300, and then that 1291 half. But if we break those levels, watch out below. We have 1272 down below, and then below that is, 300 points down. It's 1,000. You know what I mean? Because we have 1,300 here. It's a 300-point back end on this triangle. If we clear this lower boundary and really start going, I think you're going to look up in 4 to 6 months and you're going to see that this thing is trended way down. Now, if we break this thing to the upside, we really got to clear some 1350s. But I think we can do that. I think we can really get a nice push up to 1350. Could lead to another push to 1400, because right now a 5-day average range is 74 points, which means if we break out from this range, we could see a 70-point move in the direction of the break over the next 5 days or so, which is rather significant. If you forecast that up from 1350, I mean, you're getting levels above 1400 to 1420. Now, it's not a perfect science here, but that just tells you that price is very tightly coiled, like a spring. And once that breakout occurs, it could be a significant move in the direction of the break. So watch these boundaries very closely heading into next week's market. That's all for right now. We'll see you soon.